breaking news as we come on the air tonight. A confrontation at a gym turns deadly. One man is dead. Another man rushed to a hospital.
The call came in around 9 p.m. near Blanco Road and Northwest Military. It is not too far from 410. That's where we find the night team's John Paul Barajas.
John Paul, tell us what we know so far.
Well, we just got done talking to the public information officer for SAPD, and they told us that, like you said, that argument started inside the gym between three guys. Now, the suspect waited for two of the victims outside in the parking lot. When the victims stepped out, that's when the suspect opened fire. Right now, they don't want to give a description of the suspect because they say it's too vague. Now, for the two victims, they're both males. One died here at the scene. He is 24 years old. Now, the other was rushed to University Hospital in critical condition. And that's about all the information they had because this still is a very active scene. Now, to give you an idea of what it looks like, right now, there's still a lot of cars out here, but maybe 5-10 minutes ago, there was 8 to 10 more cars here at the scene. And to give you an idea of how new this investigation is, they actually pushed us back a little bit just a few moments ago because they found another shell casing right there where that orange cone is. If you can show them that, Joe. So they're still casing this entire place. Lots of work to be done, lots of questions to be answered. We're going to stay out here for a little while longer, trying to get more information and more details. And as soon as we do, we'll make sure to let you guys know. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, John Paul. A woman waking up to a gruesome scene this morning. Blood stains in her garage and on her car. That blood coming from a shooting victim who she believes was hiding out in fear of his life. Here again is the night team's John Paul Barajas, who spoke with her as she recounted what she saw last night in an Alamo Heights neighborhood. A warning, some of the video you're about to see is graphic.
The scene of a crashed car, flashing lights, and investigators looking for evidence from Thursday evening has cleared on North New Braunfels and Campman Avenue. What's left now is broken glass, scraps from the vehicle, and what people living here can't unsee.
This guy sitting in front of the tree, just like hunched over. Like, I thought he was wearing a red shirt, but his shirt was white. It was just covered in blood.
Because the suspects are still on the run, we're hiding this woman's identity. She remembers hearing a loud bang, then seeing lights outside her window. That's when she tried to leave, but found puddles of blood.
The resident here says one of the victims ran into her garage for safety. You can still see the blood drops that start here, working over this way to a footprint, and then a larger puddle over here. She thinks he might have hid out behind the side of the car, looked out a couple times before making his way to the back of the garage. The blood drops continue until you get up to the front of where the vehicle was. And this is another larger puddle. It looks like he might have been here taking off his shoe because that looks like a footprint.
She adds she also found blood on the back of her car, but it wasn't until this morning when she was out running errands that someone else pointed out all the blood that was on the front.
There was blood right here and then right here and on my license plate. So he was like ducked down, kind of hiding behind my car.
This is a message that's been circulating the neighborhood. It says someone who witnessed the whole thing saw one car pull even with the car in front of him and shot 3 quick shots. The victim's car then veered off the road, hitting the telephone pole.
Again, that was John Paul Barajas reporting. We have new information on a chase involving the Bexar County Sheriff's Office that we first told you about during the 5 o'clock news today. It involves a teenager who crashes into a home, bringing that chase to an end. The 16-year-old was driving on Marbach. BCSO says he was going more than 25 miles an hour over the speed limit and weaving in and out of traffic. Deputies tried to pull him over, but say the driver did not stop. BCSO also saying the teen ran a light at Ellison Drive and led deputies on a pursuit. When he came up to Hunt Lane, they say he hit a driver in a black car. That driver taken to University Hospital. BCSO says he kept on driving, eventually hit an electrical pole and lost control. The car rolled 4 or 5 times, landed on its wheels. The teen decided to put it in drive and try to take off, but deputies say the SUV was so damaged he lost control and slid into a house's garage. He was then taken to University Hospital with unknown injuries. He is facing 4 felony charges. BCSO says he took the SUV from his father.
An SAPD officer who has a documented history of road rage incidents in his SAPD personnel file now indicted in a hit-and-run case. 39-year-old Desi Rios is charged with failure to stop and give information. He's accused of crashing into another driver's vehicle that was stopped at a red light at the intersection of O'Connor and Stall Roads back on July 5th. Rios was also arrested on suspicion of driving while intoxicated, though he has not been indicted on that charge. He's worked for SAPD for 14 years, now on suspended without pay, I should say, pending the outcome of investigations into his conduct.
The Texas National Guard is letting us know about the death of a soldier who has connections to San Antonio. 44-year-old Specialist Michael Rasvias of Pipe Creek, Texas, died Tuesday, July 13th. Officials say he was found in his hotel room while supporting the COVID response mission Joint Task Force in Laredo. As of now, the cause of death is unknown. Specialist Rasvias was a military intelligence system maintainer with the 636th Military Intelligence Battalion, Texas Army National Guard, headquartered in San Antonio. The death is under investigation.
A federal judge in Texas ruling that the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA, is illegal. That same judge is blocking new DACA applicants. This is the most recent ruling on DACA since the Supreme Court blocked then-President Donald Trump from ending the program in June 2020. Judge Andrew Hannon ruled that Congress had not granted the Department of Homeland Security the authority to create DACA. The judge also says DACA prevented immigration officials from enforcing removal provisions of the Immigration and Nationality Act. DACA provides temporary relief to undocumented immigrants who were brought to the U.S. as children. Today's ruling does not immediately cancel current permits. Congress will have to make a permanent solution for DACA recipients through legislation.
There's a continuing effort to get all communities in San Antonio vaccinated against COVID-19. There were two events today, one at a mosque, the other at Bandera Market, targeting the Hispanic community. With the Bexar County positive rate increasing, the push for vaccine clinics ramping up, Walgreens and Unidos US joined together to offer the vaccine at Bandera Market. People could get a jab while shopping. And in District 8, the Muslim Children Education and Civic Center was giving out vaccines to that community.
The people who are sitting around us and the actual experts that we've been working with at all levels of, medicine and wellness, they are telling us that this vaccine works. Those folks who choose not to get the vaccine are playing the death lottery.
Walgreens and Unidos US is also hosting another vaccine clinic tomorrow outside the Melrose retail store on 4806 West Commerce Street from 11 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. And the vaccine opportunities continue in the Alamo City. Tomorrow you can be entered in a chance to win a Spurs season ticket package. The vaccine clinic happening at the Toyota Field off David Edwards Drive over by Morgan's Wonderland. It's from 8 in the morning till 1 p.m. Both the Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson one-dose vaccine will be available there. No appointment needed. The winner will be announced on the Metro Health Facebook page.
Starting in October, SAWS will resume shutting off water for customers with large past due balances. This is as a result will then bring an end to the moratorium that was put in place during the pandemic back in March 2020. SAWS officials saying there are currently more than 60,000 accounts that are past due, accounting for 11% of all customers. That's leaving SAWS short more than $36 million as of July 7th. SAWS officials say if you're someone with a past due balance of more than 60 days, to give them a call to set up a payment plan. For more information, head to our website at KSAT.com. Help wanted. That's what a lot of police departments and sheriff's offices are saying, but finding people to fill the open positions, it's becoming a challenge. From Bexar County to Atascosa to Comal, many places are hiring. A law enforcement union official says the problem stems both from people leaving the profession and also just not giving it a try in the first place, along with the dangers that come with the job.
It's hard to motivate a worker to take a risk like that for less when the market will pay them more for taking less risk somewhere else.
In fact, to help add to their team, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office hosting a career fair tomorrow from 8 a.m. to noon at the Tri-Point YMCA off of North St. Mary's Street. Positions available include detention deputies, sheriff's deputies, public safety operator, and more. For those details, go to KSAT.com.
$115.8 million could be coming to Joint Base San Antonio in the 2022 fiscal year if approved by the U.S. House. Congressman Henry Cuellar made that announcement today. The money will be used for recruit housing and training facilities, a military ambulatory care center, and F-16 mission training center. According to the congressman, the money will provide JBSA with resources and proper facilities to train, give care, and increase the military's readiness and preparedness. The bill passes the Appropriation Committee. It now heads to the House floor for consideration.
It's still ahead here on the Nightbeat. After a tough competition, one local shoe artist has made it to the top. The winning design and how you can snag a pair.
Next on the Nightbeat, after 3 years, manslaughter charges are being filed in the case of that deadly duck boat incident. Find out who the Missouri Attorney General says is to blame for the lives lost.
The 3 men now facing charges, over 60 charges related to a deadly duck boat sinking in Missouri back in July 2018. The boat took on water during a thunderstorm, capsizing and killing 17 people, including children. The Missouri Attorney General's office says the captain, the operations supervisor, and the general manager are all being charged with 17 counts of first-degree involuntary manslaughter. The now dissolved company, Ride the Ducks Branson, was a popular tourist attraction, both a bus and a boat that traveled on land and in water. The probable cause statement says the men did not follow policy or training guidelines.
The first week of the Otis McKane trial wrapping up, more than 25 witnesses testifying this week. And today, jurors heard more testimony from investigators about the day after that deadly shooting of Detective Benjamin Marconi. Multiple members of the San Antonio Police Department taking the stand in Otis McKane's capital murder trial. Lieutenant Brent Bell was one of those. He spoke about how SAPD sifted through evidence to get leads. Their concern? Someone could be targeting police officers.
Our belief was that this would likely happen again. We didn't know where the shooter was from. He could have been from another city.
Lieutenant Bell was inside police headquarters when he heard something was going on outside.
Somebody went by my office and said there was a shooting outside and an officer was involved.
He went downstairs to find a frantic crime scene. A scene documented by video by crime scene investigator Brenda Oliva.
Bullet, spent casings, blood.
The jury saw video of the pool of blood in Detective Benjamin Marconi's patrol unit, which we are not showing. Jurors also saw video of McKane and a woman arriving at the courthouse the next morning to get their marriage license. The employee who gave them that marriage license also taking the stand.
When he came in, he was in a good mood. He told me good morning, and I told him good morning back.
That same morning, on November 21st, investigators say McKane's car was spotted on Poplar Street in Calaveras. You can see a black car on the top left corner of your screen. A man believed to be McKane, later seen crossing the street. The homeowner who captured the surveillance video said it was a crash that led him outside.
And I turned around and I saw the car and I recognized it right away. And I advised one of the officers and I told him that's the car from yesterday.
The trial is expected to last another 2 weeks. We'll be back in the courtroom on Monday morning.
Now to a Nightbeat update tonight on a story we told you about 2 weeks ago. A local shoe artist who competed in a design competition announced as the winner today. To refresh your memory here, this was part of a competition at the Surgeon Creators Academy. Artist Rayburn Houston's design, called Black Manta Ray, based on his love for DC Comics. We spoke with Houston today, who was still in disbelief of his win, but grateful for the opportunity provided by the community.
I was actually shocked because I didn't think I would win, but, just thanks to the city and everybody else that voted, made it happen that I won. It was just shocked.
The shoes go on sale for 72 hours beginning tomorrow at 10 a.m. We have a link on our website, and proceeds will go toward charity.
Cool looking shoe.
Yeah, I love his smile. He's so excited.
All right, live cam tonight, 82 degrees. And so you're thinking, all right, we're getting back to a normal July, right? It's going to be triple digits, dry, not so fast.
No, we've had a good chance to dry off from the heavy rains and even some of the flooding issues that we had earlier in the month. This week we had some rain, especially earlier on in the week. But next week we'll get another opportunity to get some scattered rain across the area. And I mean, while we can rack up this rain, I will certainly take it, that's for sure. Before the rain gets here, though, we've got a little more Saharan dust to contend with. This plume moved in today, so you may have felt it because this dust, like we've been talking about, can produce allergy-like symptoms. But you may have also noticed a hazy look to the sky today. That's because we did have this next plume of dust moving in. Even by tomorrow, things should start to look a little less hazy as the most dense part of this plume moves north into central and north Texas. Certainly by Sunday, I think we'll have a lot more blue color to our sky as this plume filters out. And good news, heading into next week, no more of this Saharan dust is expected to move in. Now, that doesn't mean we won't see some more plumes over the next several weeks and couple of months, but we'll get a little break here heading into next week, but we'll swap out that dust with some rain chances. I prefer the rain chances. I don't know about you. So some lingering Saharan dust tomorrow. Breezy and another toasty afternoon, highs low to mid 90s. On Sunday, we get a slightly better chance at a pop-up afternoon shower or storm, especially south and east of San Antonio, and we'll talk more about that. 82 now at the airport. Dew point is in the low 70s, so it is sticky out there. That air is heavy. Thankfully, we've had a nice breeze not only this evening, but also through much of the day, so that breeze helps us out. 82 at Pleasanton, 86 in Cotulla, and still 92 in Del Rio, so a bit warmer off to the west. Everyone's got high dew points, so that's why that air feels really heavy. Our dew points are in the 60s, 70s, so it is pretty steamy out there, but again, winds have helped us out this evening. They're starting to drop off in places just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. New Gonzales up to New Braunfels and calm in Fredericksburg. And generally through the overnight hours, we're going to see our winds become pretty light. Skies mostly clear after midnight, and then we'll pull in some low clouds by early tomorrow morning. So we will start off on a gray note early tomorrow. I expect a good amount of low clouds out there. But just like the past few days, they're going to burn off really quickly, and we'll get a good mix of sun and clouds even by lunchtime, certainly into tomorrow afternoon. Here's 5 p.m. I can't rule out a spotty, I'm talking 1 or 2 pop-up thunder showers, especially south and east of San Antonio. But generally speaking, tomorrow we're just looking at another hot and humid day. Highs low to mid 90s, some upper 90s possible off to the south and to the west. We'll pull a slightly better chance of an afternoon shower or non-severe storm Sunday and into Monday. So still pretty typical summertime weather for us here through Monday of next week. But by Tuesday, we'll flip the script pretty quickly into better chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms. And here's why. Essentially what's going to happen here is over the course of the weekend through early next week, things will be quiet, but then we'll get this piece of good rain making energy, this orange and red here to break off from the rest of the jet stream. And that's just going to hang out over Texas Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's what is going to spur our better chances of some scattered showers and storms. Certainly there will be some periods of heavy rain as we get into Tuesday through Thursday of next week. Not overly concerned about a lot of severe weather, but we could have a couple of strong storms at times. So that's something we'll be watching closely, and we'll keep you updated as next week gets closer. As for your Saturday, keep in mind some lingering Saharan dust, so a little haze left over, but that plume of dust should really thin out over the next couple of days. Typical summertime weather pattern, couple of stray pop-up thunder showers through Monday, and then better chances of some heavier rain by Tuesday. Guys.
Okay, thanks, Katie.
Can you imagine from just thinking you're just filling in on the team to a chance to go to Japan?
And imagine calling your parents and telling them you're going to be an Olympian. When we come back, it's Keldon Johnson's story at the training camp for Team USA, getting ready to head overseas to Japan. And he's part of Team USA. And I went to weigh-in, and a boxing match broke out. Coming up. Save it for the ring. Things get a little heated at the weigh-in for the undisputed super welterweight title fight tomorrow night in the AT&T Center. More on that in just a moment, but first. Surge forward Keldon Johnson has been added to Team USA's Olympic roster after Kevin Love withdrew from the U.S. men's basketball team today. Johnson now becomes the third player in Spurs history to suit up for the red, white, and blue, the first since Tim Duncan in 2004. Love decided to withdraw, citing troubles with his right calf injury that's kept him out of a significant portion of the NBA season. Johnson had already been promoted from the select team to the Olympic team for the exhibition season, but now he's headed to Tokyo with his head coach Greg Popovich. Late last night, we reported Team USA canceled their exhibition rematch against Australia today out of an abundance of caution. This after Bradley Beal was placed in COVID protocol along with Jeremy Grant. As a result, Beal will not be able to play in the Olympics. So what was it like for Keldon telling his parents he would be an Olympian?
My mom cried. My dad was choking up a little bit. You know, everybody was pretty much like, you know, like, because, you know, we pray for moments like this, you know, and I mean, the shit come true and being able to deliver the news to them was, you know, big. You know, I was kind of like, dang, like my parents were like, it was hard to explain. It was a special moment, you know.
That is awesome. Team USA also added JaVale McGee to the roster since they were down 2 players. They're scheduled to play one more exhibition game on Sunday against Spain before departing for Tokyo on Monday. Most experts agree that a 7-game series really doesn't start until somebody wins on the road. Milwaukee will have that chance tomorrow when they face the Suns in Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Phoenix after winning back-to-back games at home to even up the series at 2 wins apiece. The Suns will have to take care of the ball. They hope to hold off the Bucks after committing 17 turnovers in Game 4 compared to Milwaukee's 5, with Chris Paul responsible for 5 of those gifts, including the one that sealed the 109-103 victory.
Bad decision-making. Timely, we down 2, and I try to cross over right there, slip, turn it over. Had some bad passes in the first half. You know what I mean? They got, you know, a significant amount more shots than us. And so, you know, for me, I got to take care of the ball.
All right, Game 5 tomorrow in Phoenix, Game 6 Tuesday in Milwaukee. The Washington Wizards are expected to offer their vacant head coaching job to Denver assistant Wes Unseld Jr. According to ESPN, his father is the most important figure in franchise history. His hiring will close all the NBA coaching vacancies this offseason in the league.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
We are now seeing video of free agent cornerback Richard Sherman trying to break down his in-law's door earlier this week. As a result, he has been arrested on 5 misdemeanor charges following his outburst in a community near Seattle where he used to play for the Seahawks. He was in court today with his wife to plead not guilty to charges, releasing this statement today, and it reads, in part, I am deeply remorseful for my actions on Tuesday night. I behaved in a manner I'm not proud of. I've been dealing with some personal challenges over the last several months, but that is not an excuse for how I acted. The importance of mental and emotional help is extremely real, and I vow to get the help I need. We went to a weigh and a fight broke out. We'll show you what happened next. Here we go. There was more than one fight that broke out while both Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano were trying to weigh in for the Super Welterweight Unification Championship bout in the AT&T Center tomorrow night. The manager for Castano got into it with Jermell and his brother Jamal. May have been upset with all the noise the Argentina fans were making for Castano. And after Castano made weight, Charlo's brother charged at Castano's manager, who was now in the front row. They got separated as well before another flare-up. After Charlo makes weight, the rest of the fight will be tomorrow night. Round 2 of the Open on Friday on 14. Louis Oosthuizen hits a great wood from the fairway, rolls onto the green. Now the eagle putt. Oosthuizen drains the long putt. He's in the solo lead right now at -11. Rounds combined 64 and 65 for the lowest 36-hole score in the Open Championship history. Jordan Spieth staying in the hunt on 10, drains a long birdie putt for the edge of the green. Spieth is alone in 3rd place at -8. Second time shooting in the 60s in the first 2 rounds of the Open. He won the other time that happened. Here's a look at the leaderboard. You can see Louis has a, 2-stroke lead right now over Colin Morikawa. We are pleased to announce a partnership between KSAT 12 and Texas Sports Production that will enhance our BGC app and website for high school football this fall. We'll stream high school football games live on TCP broadcast each week on the BGC app, and we'll carry live a game of the week on MeTV KSAT 12.2 digital station. And then, of course, all the highlights on BGC.com every night of the season. Besides that, Larry and I will do a big game coverage preview every Thursday live at 4 on all of our streaming devices.
Wow, 4 o'clock on Friday night.
On Thursday.
Thursday night.
Yes,
okay.
So to get you ready for all the games.
I'm glad I asked because I didn't want to miss it.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Thanks, Greg. We'll be right back.
That does it for the Night Beat. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, Good Morning San Antonio starts at 6 tomorrow morning.
We'll see you next week.